In my last video, I jumped off the Great Plateau with absolutely nothing in my inventory. No weapons, no armor, no food, and I ran straight to Hyrule Castle, dodging all the guardians. Now that I'm there, I'm going to try to survive and take out the interior of the castle. I will only be able to use items that I find inside the castle, and I'm going to try to take out every monster. The inside, not the guardians on the outside though. Near this bottom entrance, I started blowing up crates, getting apples and arrows. In this chest there was a diamond. That doesn't help me at all. I need a weapon. Until I'm able to kill something big enough to have a weapon, bombs will have to do. I used this minecart to zoom further into the cave, then I boiled a couple of eggs and did not give them to that Korok. Then I entered the actual inside of the castle, and the first room I came to was this ventilation shaft that has only a moblin. For some reason I was thinking, I can throw bombs at this guy, the bombs will cause him to drop his weapon, I will pick up his weapon, kill him, and then move through the castle. That's not what happened. He simply walked up to me and took me out in one hit. Brilliant, I probably should have seen that coming. The hint the game helpfully gave me was not to attack enemies when I'm low on gear. Thanks game, that's exactly what happened. So I respawned, and this time I went the other direction and started with lockup. That should be easier. If you didn't know, there's a nice gap in between these bars where you can throw a bomb to blow up that eye. And doing so allowed this Lizalfos to get to me, and I was prepared to take this Lizalfos out using nothing but bombs to get that weapon. So for several minutes we went back and forth, I was just continually blowing him up, throwing bombs all over the place, and eventually one of my bombs missed, causing him to not get blown up, run at me, and take me out in one hit. I went back and started doing the same thing. One of these times, the spear he was holding disappeared. Maybe it burned or got blown up. But with no weapon, I had no reason to keep fighting this guy. I snuck into the jail cells, and there I found a blizzard rod. That is the best, in terms of usefulness, weapon that I found in Hyrule Castle. Because when I'm defenseless, freezing enemies helps a lot. Using the Blizzard Rod and critical hits from a Dragon Bone Moblin Club, I was able to take out the rest of the normal monsters in lockup relatively quickly. This one knucklehead was walking around breathing fire at me, but I have a Blizzard Rod, so that did not turn out well for him. Finally, I challenged the Stalnox. I had a few arrows, and that was enough. Once I got the eye out, I didn't want to let it back in, so I cornered it with a boomerang and kept slashing until Stalnox was defeated. Now I have several good weapons and a great shield. Time to take out the rest of the castle. Let's go! Back to the ventilation shaft room. I had enough gear now to take out this moblin without too much difficulty. Up in the control room, there's a Lizalfos in the little closet behind the stones. I was trying to freeze him, but I was too slow, and again he took me out in one hit because I have no armor. My next life put me back to the beginning of the ventilation shaft room. I was blocking, and I accidentally pressed crouch, which made the shield go away, and I died. The next time, I successfully froze the Lizalfos in the control room, reactivated the ventilation, and escaped to the rest of the castle. Let's keep going! Next up, this one dude started jumping up and down, staring at a bomb, and I was able to get a sneak strike off. Those are the easy ones. I was going to use an arrow to drop those explosive barrels on these two Lizalfos, and this is when I realized I have motion controls turned on. I never use motion controls, it's too confusing for me, so I have to turn those off. Explosions. Combat. Flurry rushes. More explosions. Let's go. These guys can't handle me. That clears out this half of the castle. Now I have to go outside to get to the other section. But at the top of this staircase, a guardian was waiting for me. And I was nervous. I don't want to get hit by a guardian. I was a little too cautious, let's say. With some stealth and a little bit of help from an ancient arrow I found in a chest, I was able to make it to Princess Zelda's study. This is a separate piece, but it is the interior of the castle. Wow, a critical hit from a Royal Guard's Claymore onto a frozen enemy does so much damage. And I will be taking that Royal Guard's bow, thank you very much. I took the flower and then started running over to the library. That will get me into the other side of the castle. One final sprint to get in the door, and now I won't have to leave the castle again. Going through the library is easy. It's just taking out a bunch of Lizalfos. Except when I accidentally pressed crouch again and didn't block with my shield because I was crouching. I need to stop doing that. The second time through, I made it through the library with ease. Taking out these snakes and finding secret passages, it was fun. I kept going through the castle, taking out everyone in the hallway. My Royal Guard's claymore was badly damaged. When I came up to this moblin, I threw it in his face. I don't think he liked that. I normally come to Hyrule Castle late in the game, and I forgot that I don't have stamina, so I fell when doing this jump. The Blizzard Rod is too OP. These monsters have no chance. Anyhow, that brings us to the dining hall. Combat is tricky because each side has two of them right next to each other. I was very defensive, but eventually I made it through, collected everything useful in these rooms, and I proceeded. I got to the point where there was only one monster left, this moblin on top of the staircase. And you can see how the fight went. It wouldn't let me do a flurry rush because stairs, I guess? And then I was dumb, and I allowed him to get a hit in, and I died once more. But seeing as I am not very smart, I flew through the hallway and ran into the one silly moblin in a room who should be really easy to beat. But nope, I couldn't do it. This time, I made no mistake. I threw a spear. I used a frostblade, and then I got a huge critical hit to defeat this last moblin. After that, it was destroying that eye and reaching the point of the observation room where I could see the Kingdom of Hyrule. And here, I decided, I'm done. I defeated the inside of Hyrule Castle. I cleared it out starting with nothing. I am happy with what I accomplished.